Welcome to Bootstrap Businessmen, and I am your host, Dale L. Roberts. I'm joined here by
Kevin Allen.
That's right. He threw out the S. There's no Midwest best or S anymore. When we're here, we're just going to go ahead and shoot straight. So, you guys can see, compared to last week, things are going to be a little bit different. Obviously, if you didn't join us last week, you could see the two of us are now officially here in person.
Side by side.
Yes, side by side. And we're not wearing pants today.
It's a little weird. But hey, we're bros. So
we're actually wearing shorts. So those of you that are not watching, so those of you that are actually listening to us on SoundCloud, we really appreciate the support wherever you might be. So I was going to go through a whole spiel of, this is Bootstrap Businessmen, the podcast devoted to the aspiring, inspiring, the blah, blah, blah. You know what? I think you guys already know what the deal is. We are going to be talking about business things and whatever pretty much crosses our demented minds. My cat is probably going to be wandering in and out because if I close the door, she's going to scratch the hell out of the door and then she's going to irritate the hell out of us. So, but
bring her on for a guest.
Yeah.
She's been wanting to talk all night.
She has. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of buffering. Go figure. It's because I don't have it directly.
We're on the Wi-Fi's.
Yep, we're on the Wi-Fi. So my apologies. Normally I would have this in here because the upload speed on this is 5, I think, here.
Not what you're used to.
Oh man,
like
dude,
50 to 100 or something.
It was in Arizona. I was used to 11 to 12. Actually, I think it went 13 at one point or another.
Yeah.
That's highest points.
Good luck getting past 5.
Download. This is what blows me away. Download over there was 120 to 130 sometimes.
Jesus, what is it here, like 50,
60? 50. And
yeah.
They were like, oh, you can upgrade to 60. I'm like, oh, yeah. How about that?
Yeah, how about you just make it faster?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, what? And so actually, I was on Bionic Vapor's streaming thing. Probably last time he popped up. He's been under the radar lately. Any rate, person that's over in Sweden was like, their normal one is 100 download and 100 upload.
Wow.
That is their basic over there.
Crazy.
Come on, America. What's the deal? America.
I don't understand that, man. Their Time Warner has actually switched over. Their name of the company now is called Spectrum.
Yeah.
So
it's because Time Warner got sick of getting their shit pulled through the fucking mud.
Yeah. So along with that, there's going to be an upgrade. They're supposed to upgrade everything to fiber.
Yeah.
When that happens, it's supposed to be a seamless 300 up to 300, 300. So 300 up and 300 down.
That's what I'm talking about.
So lightning fast.
Yeah. And here's the thing is, okay, I'm a cheapskate. But the thing is, if I was offered at 300, I'll pay a little extra.
Yeah. Just so you don't have to worry about it.
Right. Yeah. You're not having this whole buffering issue. This is ridiculous. I mean, I understand sometimes, the people are saying, hey, if you run things through Wi-Fi, it will have that issue. See, I could switch that over to hardwire, but the problem is it'll dump the signal.
Oh, yeah.
And the problem. So, yeah, you guys are going to have to deal with the buffering.
One time.
Yeah. Yeah, and considering that we've had way worse episodes. Remember the one episode we actually had, let me think here.
John Gray, or yeah.
Yes, John Gray. Oh, yes. Gosh, that was, great guest. Abortion of a show, though, as far as signal goes, because this poor guy he gets on his computer. He tries to do Wi-Fi. He's trying to run it in a household of like 50 people. Yeah. Sorry, John, it's no knock on you, but there's a lot of people and you're trying to run off of one friggin' router and he's trying to run Wi-Fi. So of course it boots him off.
Yeah.
And then he did it on phone. Yes. Which it was just like, it was almost like he's doing it like, he's like right up on top of it. So you can see everything he ate for supper and what's on those,
It was good though. He was a good guest.
Yeah, great guest. Definitely. There's some guests where it was like we would interview him. You notice like the hour would go by quick. John was one of those guys.
Yeah, it was like we just started talking to him and we're done.
Right. Yeah. Cavi's another one. 1 hour felt like 5 minutes with her.
Yeah.
She had such a fascinating story. Now I'm not gonna sit here and be like point at a guest and be like that guest sucked. All guests. The people that had taken the time out of their schedule to come on there, it's great. Yeah. I know that one of them, it was really tough because there was that delay, was Kathleen Nightingale. I love Kathleen. She's a wonderful lady. But unfortunately, I think there was a lot of buffering going on, and there was a communication breakdown because I think you even said it where it was like I'd ask a question,
and it was like this.
And she would stare at it like you're kind of like, let's go. Time is money.
Yeah. Do we talk?
Yeah.
It was that
Should I get that translated into a couple different languages? German, Italian, it wasn't a fault of hers. I think it was just she was running on Wi-Fi at that time. And I don't know, did I start already hardwiring into my router by then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And folks, that anytime you want to do something like this, hardwire your computer, please.
Yes.
It's going to save you a lot of headaches.
And to make it really simple, hardwire, what we're meaning is if you can wire in directly into your router or your modem, it's going to give you a better signal than, say, without. Because without, when you're going Wi-Fi, you're going to get some buffering issues. You notice it keeps doing these blips on the screen. Yeah. You're crazy. You're so crazy.
You're from the Ukraine.
So last week, last week, hey, dude, I got a special message for you. Oh, it's in person this time.
But I'm right next to a window. So good.
Yeah. If you guys hear a trickling outside, it's because I've got a very high-grade microphone, so you guys heard my fart clearly. And in the background is our fountain that's outside. Did we leave the window open?
It's open a little bit.
Because you knew I was going to fart, didn't you? You were
I already know.
Sorry. So, at any rate, last week, we actually had run things on our Facebook page. And that was on Facebook Live. We're not doing it this week just because we just didn't want to hassle with it. There wasn't many views. So it's not us trying to get sympathy. But yeah, in the event that you want to see unique features like that, please go over to our Facebook page and click the like and follow us on there. All you got to do is look up Bootstrap Businessmen. Promise you guys, there's going to be some great upgrades. In fact, actually, we had an upgrade right now. Yep. I'll get to that and I'll talk about our upgrade come next. It's a small upgrade, something you guys won't be able to see. But we'll probably share that through Facebook Live features, if not through Instagram stories.
Yeah, we do both, actually.
This will probably be a perfect time for us to actually share some of these things. So actually, queue up the Instagram stories feature.
Sure.
We can be able to show you guys something here. Because, see, I'm not going to move my computer around. I kind of like where it's at. That way you guys aren't seeing the entire office and you just see the green screen background. I will explain the green screen background in just a moment. But primarily, it's just to kind of keep us framed in. So, any event, what we did was we ordered some lighting fixtures. And this is what I want to share on Instagram stories is the lighting fixtures. So if you happen to be listening to this within the next 24 hours now, in the next 24 hours, go over to our Instagram page. It's at bootstrapbusinessmen.com. And you can actually be able to see, we've got 2 umbrella fixtures. We've got box fixtures. We got the 2 box fixtures, obviously the lighting, our green screen in the background, and we got the 2 up here. The main thing is lighting the background is just going to help us pop up and you guys can actually see us a little bit better. The nice thing is when we actually, if we were to ever edit this, we can actually pull that green screen background out and we can put us through an office or we can put us in a porta potty if we wanted to, any number of things. So, but in any event, Kevin's showing us the whole layout here on Instagram stories. You can see the umbrellas, you can see the boxes, and also really briefly, all the Rode microphone that actually I had used on other things. So Kevin no longer has to wear the headphones.
Although I have it with me.
He's always ready, always ready. Did you bring your laptop today?
I did.
Man, it just didn't cross my mind till just now about using the actual camera. Because obviously that's going to be a good high-grade camera. I actually saw recently online a guy named Theo Joe. Theo, I might have showed you before. The guy's got an insane following on YouTube. It's spelled T-H-I-O Joe. It might be T-H-E-O. I'm not really sure. The dude he looks like, what's his name from Superbad? The young-looking guy, scrawny, nerdy guy.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, I know you're talking
I'm sure dude probably gets it all the time, but Theo Joe's the handle on YouTube, and he pretty much joke things like he'll put on how to modem to 1,000 times the speed, and they're complete bullshit. But then again, he actually spreads himself out. He's been on for a while. And one of the things he actually has done is he talks about flat earthers. Have you heard of this?
No.
There are people that still believe the earth is flat. I'm sorry. Listen, if you guys watch us and you think the earth is flat, I'm going to offend some people. And quite frankly, if you're offended by this, I'm sorry. Yeah. Actually, I'm not sorry. Actually, I completely lie if I say I'm sorry. Flat earthers. Yes, people who believe the earth is still flat. Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah. So he pretty much
trashes on them.
Oh yeah, there's people that like literally have a following based on flat Earth type stuff.
No.
What the fucking fuck?
This
like seriously. And, okay, listen. Okay, all right. If you believe that we didn't visit the moon, okay, I will be okay with that. That's okay.
I'm 50.
Yeah, that okay. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and be like for or against. I'd like to believe for, but I mean, I can also see the conspiracy that, yeah, maybe we didn't visit the moon. But the thing is, there is irrefutable proof that the earth is round. Wake up, flat earthers. If you are not believing it, you need to start reading and researching and watching a lot more videos than your own.
Flat earthers.
Flat earthers. Yep, that's pretty much what they call it. The people that believe the concept that the earth is still flat.
Dude.
Holy shit. So Theo Joe actually knocks on them, and he actually has some product reviews on, and he did one on the Logitech camera, and I think yours is Logitech, right?
It's a Logitech, yeah.
Yeah, he actually speaks in favor of it.
Okay.
He says you're not going to get, and he goes through the whole thing. It's actually a recent Logitech release. He talks about the whole, the microphone is not great, but it's not terrible.
You can use it. Yeah, for sure.
But he talks about the camera being just really good. There's actually a
1080p.
Yeah, and he talks about actually there is a feature when you go into the features within it on the computer, on the computers, on the internet. When you go on there, there's actually a new feature on it to where it will actually automatically pixelate or black out the background around you.
Oh wow!
But
this one doesn't have it. Yeah.
It looks really wonky, and he actually illustrates because like it cuts off his arms, and it's really pretty interesting. But it runs for about $100, I think it is.
Yeah, I got this one on sale at Best Buy for $69.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean normally $89. It was $69. It's got 1080p and then 20 for something. It's got the mic on it, and it's got 2 LED lights.
Oh, okay.
So if you're kind of short, say
you don't have the lighting, yeah,
it's gonna help.
The funny thing is actually my good buddy Harold, he actually has, anybody gets a chance, go to thefinalharold.com. He does things on retro gaming, and I actually sent him a refurbished PC, and he's got Windows 10 on it, runs beautifully, and I sent the camera to him thinking I won't need it since I have this, and he just doesn't want to learn. He's like, I don't feel like bothering with it. It's a Logitech.
Okay.
And I actually had inherited that through my buddy Kevin Goodlin. I've mentioned Kevin to you before.
That's why the Kevin S is usually used.
Yeah. So at any rate, Kevin had hooked me up with one of these Logitech ones, brand spanking new.
Oh, wow.
I used it many times on the PC, and I think we might have used it on some of our prior broadcasts.
You did before you purchased your Mac.
Right, and I had like the curtain background, like the slats.
Yes.
So yeah, I'd used the Logitech there for a while, and it's actually a really good high grade camera, and I didn't realize how good it was until
I should get it out.
It's gone. Yeah. Maybe what we can do is test it out on a future one. I wonder if there's any possibility, and I'm sure if anybody can be able to answer this to me, leave it in the comments on our YouTube page. And also remember, we do have chat open live whenever we're doing these YouTube hangouts. So if you guys ever have anything, I'm going to leave the group chat open. You can always chat here. You're posting it on the YouTube page. I won't see it until after. But in any event, I wonder if there's a possibility that we can actually run the Logitech camera and the Mac camera at the same time. Not granted, we can do it on a PC and Mac, but I wonder if we can do it all on Mac.
Like run dual cameras?
Right. So in other words, it would have a different angle. So we'll have the Logitech up here, and we'll have the Mac one set up here, and they can record on here. So maybe OBS could do it.
Maybe. PC, forget about it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Just because.
Is it because of processor or because of limited software capabilities?
Probably limited software capabilities, to be honest with you. But if we had OBS, I bet you could.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to look into that. Yeah.
I mean, possibly. I'm thinking out loud. I mean, I've got iMovies takes up a lot of resources. So as soon as you start running iMovies, it really slows things down. But I'm wondering if maybe you can run QuickTime and Camtasia at the same time, and then just have one recording and have the other one recording.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, something to play with.
Yeah. Sure. I eventually, actually, that's probably something I could probably consider before I start shooting for self-publishing with Dale L. Roberts.
I was going to say it'd be kind of cool to have a separate angle, you know what I mean?
Right, and then I can actually, pan back and forth. And see, that's one of the nice things about having the setup that we do, because we have the black curtains on either side. Now, keep in mind, too, actually, I haven't even showed you, we still have stands in here that aren't even opened out of the box. For a backdrop. Oh, we still got a backdrop. A green screen. It's a little bit more narrow.
We have pumpkins, Christmas.
Dude, I think that would be so much fun if we could be able to actually do that. There are some backdrops you can get on Amazon, and I'll tell you where you can get that in just a second, but you can get it for like $15-20. And that would be so much fun, have like a hearth, like a fucking fireplace in the background.
There was I actually found it on Craigslist. That one I sent you the link to it. It had Christmas backgrounds, autumn backgrounds. I think there might have been like a school, like a plain blue, school pictures.
Third grade.
Yes, all of those. I think they wanted to get rid of them. I think it was like $20. There's like 4 or 5 different ones.
Dude, speaking of pictures, okay, this is fun. The whole rabbit trails, and I promise we're going to definitely double back over to business and talking about business startup.
All kind of
I go to a friend's house, and I'm just not going to name any names, and I certainly hope that he hasn't watched this. He won't get pissed, I'm sure. At any rate, his baby's mama, okay, had a child from another relationship prior to him, okay, and so there was literally within a year or two difference between his child and this one, and so he pretty much helped raise the girl, and the girl was very hyperactive, and he had pictures hanging up on his desk from school. It was all the pictures of his child and all of those of his stepchild, I guess you would call, but I mean, not technically since he's not married. So at any rate, so they got the 2 pictures, and the one that wasn't his kid was pictures like.
Yes.
I was like, dude, I'm like, we're talking class pictures, and I start cracking up laughing, man, because I'm thinking she's goofing. And he's like, oh no, dude. He goes, she smiles like that for all the pictures. I was like, oh, dude, I'm sure I got white. I was like, oh, dude, I'm fucking sorry, dude. I'm so sorry, man. He's awesome. He's like, oh, don't sweat it. He goes, we get that reaction every time. He's like, don't say anything to her because she literally it's a sensitive subject. That's how she smiles, on camera.
Insane.
Wide mouth, like she's getting ready to fucking eat a baby's head or something, where I was just like, oh my Lord,
or something.
Yeah. It was but I mean, a cute girl. That's the thing is she was a cute young girl, and you expect to see, and the thing is I was around her enough that I saw her smile for real, and it was like, regular smile, but on camera, it's just like there's a switch. It's like you get a camera in front of him, it's like, hey, how's it going, man? It's like, say cheese. So yeah, that's all off, the beaten path. We're talking about all these backgrounds and such. So what we're going to end up doing though is we've got all these things upgraded, and I imagine what we're going to be doing is we're actually putting together some very funny videos, and I've already talked to this guy about it. We're actually going to make it public because then you guys can hold us to it. We're going to call them KSAs.
Yes.
They're going to be Kevin S. Allen Public Service Announcements, and of course, I'll have anything short of fucking hilarious.
Yes, and 18. What is there going to be language?
I mean, it's
okay, yeah.
NSFW. There we go. That's what I would put on there is NSFW, not safe for workplace. Because quite frankly, here anymore, I think that it seems that most parents understand that there's no getting away from curse language.
You're not going to get away from
it.
Music to listening to us.
It really is. And my thought is, if children and they have access to the internet, there are certain safeguards you can be able to put in place, or you just don't let them get online at all. Because here's the thing is, there's a lot of sites that all you got to do is just go to it.
Go to it. They don't even ask.
It used to be that you go on them and they would say that you're 18.
Yes.
Not anymore. You could just literally just jump onto these sites with no issue whatsoever. And that's because it's the parents' responsibility. And we can sit here and talk about that. You know, a lot of, people can say, oh, well, they should have those type of things. Well, here, guys, guess what? The United States isn't the only country in the world. And there's a lot that actually, they got stranger fucking things that they let people get away with.
Yes.
So, if we got a police tier, that's fine, but we're still going to be open up to the worldwide web. That means worldwide, not the US wide,
there's
worldwide.
Some freaky shit out there, man.
And there's some crazy shit out there. And I think hearing a curse word or two isn't going to corrupt your kid as long as you just be able to explain to them, you don't say that. And here's why.
No, probably because donkeys and dildos, that's going to corrupt your child.
That is, yes.
That's going to mess with their
I mean, the mere fact actually was over at my sister-in-law's house, Carrie. She actually had pulled up on YouTube. And of course, she goes and shows Kelly. Kelly just doesn't like graphic things. And she shows like this tiger mauling this guy. He jumped. It was like over in India, I think it was. And this guy jumps into the cage and he's crouched down. And this tiger's just he's right in his face. You could tell he's just waiting. So this Indian guy, he's crouched down and he starts waving his hand at the fucking tiger.
Oh. He probably would have been okay if he would have just stayed still.
If he would have just stayed still, I bet you that tiger would have been like, that ain't nothing. But no, he waved his hand. You know what that fucking tiger did? Grabbed him by his head, shook his spine, instantly killed the guy and drug him off like he was a little toy.
Oh.
And we're just like, that right there is gonna fuck up your kid. That's gonna fuck up your kid.
Jesus.
And that's on YouTube, completely unrated.
Well, I mean, we don't want to get into it, but all the stuff that's going on overseas with the war, the beheadings and stuff.
Easily accessible.
Why? Why do people video these things and put them on? I've never wanted to see that.
No, you can't unsee that. It's like back in the day, gosh, and I don't know why. There was
1,000 Ways to Die.
There was there's that one show. Back in the day when let me think here. That had to have been about maybe late 1990s. Okay, the internet was just coming to, really coming to a head, and Chris Farley died.
Yeah.
And I found out, and this is before, you could just Google up anything or whatever. I found out there was someone's like, did you ever see those photos of Chris Farley from his, from where he was dead? I was like, what? And I'm a huge Chris Farley fan. So I was just curious, yeah. I was like, oh my God. Why? I can't unsee overdosed dead Chris Farley. Right. What the fuck? So yeah, there's way more worse things on here than curse words, folks. Yes. So, I'm not going to sit here and curb my language. I'm mindful of it when I'm in public because I just want to be respectful to other people. But when you're in my world and you're in my domain, be it online or in a video, then I'm going to conduct myself the way I see fit.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's just crazy. It blows my mind. You see little kids, 4 and 5 years old with iPads, right?
Yeah.
And all the stuff is out there. So are we really monitoring it? I mean, really, is this happening?
True.
So if they do happen to get a hold of our show, one of their words might be fuck. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I might push the envelope sometimes, and that's not purposefully.
Yeah, because again, I'm myself anytime. I don't care who I'm really talking to. The only time that I agree with you is in public or when I'm meeting with a client or something, obviously maintain it.
Right.
A certain level of professionalism. But when I'm at home, we're hanging out, chatting, whatever and stuff, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not purposely just going to start cussing.
Yeah.
Maybe. But most of the time, it just slips out. You're just trying to drive a point on me, fuck you, get this fucking shit out of here. So, like that.
Yeah. So, we're going to talk about business today. I knew that we'd eventually get to talking about, of course, self-publishing, one of the huge things, of course, it's rocking and rolling. And
this guy.
Yeah. So, actually, you ready for this? Just prior to me getting on here,
steamrolling.
Within the last week, I've released seven 7 new books. Now a lot of people are going to go, "Oh my God, there's
Yeah.
no way. There's no way that can be any good quality."
Oh, it is. It is.
Here's the thing: is a lot of them were
Well
partially
written.
written. A lot of them were partially already written, and a lot of them are formatted primarily the same. They're different themes. So, for instance, I have one on push-ups, I have one on pull-ups, I have one on squats, I've got one on legs, I've got one on the core, I've got one for seniors. I also have one I just released. I don't know if it's live just yet. I'm sure it's going to be any second now, and that's going to be cardio training. And a lot of them are it's how to master something in 30 days. So you can see how it's going to be easier. And this is where I discovered something, and it was something I was sharing with my sister-in-law, and she was pretty blown away. So here's the thing, folks. If you can find a person, you can find a potential problem. Okay? If you find the person, everybody's got a problem you got to deal with.
You will find a problem.
Yeah, you will find a problem. And chances are pretty likely that if you're resourceful enough, you can be able to provide a solution. So, of course, I've already started building my platform for the workout plan. So that's easy for me to say, right? Yeah. Because, hey, I can release these things and I'm going to make money from it.
Absolutely.
And here's the nice thing is, even though these books aren't like, the best sellers list, actually, some of them are on the best sellers list, but even though some of them are like treading water at this point, barely making me a cent because they're like $1 a book. The whole purpose of me doing that is to grow my platform and offer kind of like an a la carte menu, if you will. I want to be able to give it to where people can go, "Oh, I just want this." Because there's a lot of times that people really, quite frankly, a lot of people, a lot of people still buy into the targeted training. And if you really want me to talk about targeted training, just go over to my fitness channel. And that's on YouTube. If you look for PT Dale L. Roberts, you'll find me on YouTube. And I talk about targeted training, why it's a farce. But in the same instance, if people already have that mindset, to me, it's better to enable and empower somebody with the information than to leave them without. Because let's say, for instance, you come up to me and you go, "Dude, I want to get 6-pack abs. What kind of crunches do I need to do?" I'm not going to look at you and I'm not going to go, well, yeah, Kevin's not going to say that to me, but we're just saying as a for instance, I'm not going to look at you and go, "That's fucking stupid." And then,
Come on, man.
Well, first of all, it's going to ruin my credibility.
They're not gonna work on the crunches.
Right. They're gonna close their ears because first of all, I just pretty much called them a fucking idiot. And the next thing is they're not gonna work out because I've all of a sudden this credible source who's just made himself uncredible. It has just pretty much told them, crunches are a waste of time. That's why I really want to get it to where I can enable people with the information that they're looking for, but also say, "Hey, by the way, in case you didn't know, you should also know that if you want to get, 6-pack abs, it's going to include not just the exercise, but it's going to include the nutrition. And the exercises you're really looking for aren't necessarily crunches. It's going to involve something with larger muscle groups, such as the legs or the back or the chest. Yeah. Those things are going to be burning more calories." So that's pretty much how I go through it. Is I don't want to tell people you're wrong. I want to tell people, "Hey, that's awesome. Here's your information." And just in case you didn't know, and that's how these a la carte books have been working, been really well. Yeah. With the exception of the senior exercise book, which is the home workout plan for seniors. And it's how to master chair exercises in 30 days. Now, that one right there, there is no outrageous claims. I even say it, I'm full, you don't expect to get chiseled abs because it's for seniors. Yes. And really the whole basis of exercising when you get towards later in life, older adults should just be focusing on just activity, getting moving. You shouldn't have to be worrying about getting chiseled abs. You shouldn't have to worry about, vanity. What you're worried about is quality of life. And that's pretty much what I cover in that book. And you haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I really would love for you to check it out. Yeah. It's so much fun putting these books together. 2 more to go. I've got one for arms. But all that to say this, if you guys are going to be blown away about how simple this is. Now, you can give me you can say, "Write a 5-page book for me." Guess what? It's still going to probably take me a day because I overanalyze things and I sit down and I really try to give the best content I can. So these actually, if you were to pull away, title page, copyright page, about the author, thank you page, et cetera, you're looking at right about 10 pages of content. Yeah, 10 pages of content.
Honestly, that's all you need though, because you're doing the targeting. Group. Yeah. So yeah, it makes sense.
And it's about, if you're pulling out pictures and things like that, it's right about 3,000, 4,000 words. Okay. Seems like it's a lot. 3,000 to 4,000 words. Like I said, it's no more than about,
Sure.
5 to 6 pages, I think is what it works out to be.
Okay.
I think a 10,000 word book is typically 25 pages.
Yeah.
So,
So about 10 pages.
yeah,
Eight,
anywhere
7,
from 8 to 10 pages is pretty much the type content. And the nice thing is it's a lot of exercises that I pretty much have used before. And all I'm doing is just repurposing the content. And it's not that I'm trying to fool my customers, but there are some customers that probably won't take a second look at the Ultimate Home Workout Plan. They have no desire to look at it.
They might see it and it's overwhelming to them.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
so-
that's why I found the problem. See, you look for the person and you find what their problem is so you can provide them a solution. Too many people are trying to provide the solution before they even realize the problem. So this is how I found it. And the thing is, it's always been underneath my nose. And I actually had one book that was a short read. That was actually the 15-minute standing abs. And I didn't really think about this because it was really it's what's called a perma-free.
Okay.
It's a permanently free book that I make available on all the various platforms on Kindle, by the way. Don't look for it in paperback and audio for free because they aren't.
This is electronic.
This is only that it's perma-free, and the whole purpose is it's essentially almost like having a blog post. You are able to get your name out there. You're able to get exposure. You're able to build a platform and build credibility. So that's why I do perma-free books. It's a lot of people are like, why would you give your stuff away for free? Like, because if nobody knows about you, okay, and they're coming up to, say, my little short book or whatever, and I'm saying, well, give me $2.99 for it, they're going to be like, who the fuck are you?
Who are you? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I get a lot of people like say, thankfully, I think you're starting to you already know self-publishing to a certain extent that you know why I do it now. Before, it probably didn't make sense to you. You're like, why would you give your stuff away for free? You're like, this is insane. This is great stuff.
Yeah.
The thing is when it comes to I think any kind of business, you really have to sacrifice your ego. You really do. I don't think this is the Dale L. Roberts brand. This is the Home Workout Plan brand. Yeah. Okay. Dale L. Roberts is just an ancillary part to this. And the thing is I just don't attach myself to something like that, because here's the thing is if I have my ego attached to something like that, yes, I'm proud of my stuff. And yes, I put a lot of effort into it. But in the same instance, it really has helped me when I detach myself from that. When I get a 1-star review, I mean, that used to punch me in the stomach. I would just get defensive. I'd get upset. I'd start weeping. And then I'd start breaking my computer. No, nothing like that. But it would bug me. It would eat me up.
Sure.
And it actually helped me out to a certain extent. I was able to take some of those 1-star reviews. And you and I have talked about this before, where I was able to take some of that information and make my stuff better.
Well, and you actually, a couple people you've contacted, I think you've helped them out a little bit with their mindset stuff. Am I correct?
Yeah, there's been a few people. It's so funny. I probably should start keeping a tally of all these people I've contacted. There was one person, she'd left a 2-star review on my cardio book. And it didn't really make sense because she was saying something pretty nice about it. And then she was like, well, it's not really that great. And I left a comment for her. And I just said, hey, I just need further clarification. I don't want you to change your star rating. Please don't think that's that. I just need a better understanding so I can provide you and all the other readers a better experience, because that's the truth. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I just want to know what your point of view is sometimes. And that kind of goes out to anybody that's providing. If you go through the measure of making it a low, please be specific, be it on Amazon, be it on anywhere else. Like for instance, I was actually at Red Robin, good example. Red Robin around the corner here in Polaris. And my wife and I, we walked up there that day and we were looking forward to having some Red Robin, sitting down for some steak fries. We went in, it was a Saturday night. We knew it was going to be busy. And we go up to the hostess and she looks frazzled. Like, and the thing is, she kind of just gave us a little bit of attitude. Like, we're really understaffed and you're going to have to wait. And we asked to go out of the patio. We kind of discussed this on the show, I think at one point, didn't we?
No, I think you and I were just talking.
We were just talking. Yeah. So she pretty much, we were like, hey, can we get the patio? And she's like, well, that's not going to get you out there any faster. And we're like, well, thankfully we got seated within 10 minutes because she said it was going to be 20 minutes, but we got in 10 minutes. We sat down, we got a waitress that seemed like she was browbeating the entire shift. Like someone just beat her up. Yeah. And so I was able to kind of just, at least I did a little bit of a sandwich method, if you will. Anybody in management knows the sandwich method, where you're able to, tell a person they did great with this. You can work on this, And then on the other side, but overall awesome experience. And so I made sure that when I was providing Red Robin their review, and I think I gave them, I only dinged 1 star on them, so it was like 4 stars. I gave them, I didn't give them a shit review, but I just made sure to state, hey, look, this would have been perfect, but our hostess had some serious attitude. Here's the thing, is anybody that is in the business of being in a business, okay, listen, if you've got customers, it's none of their business on how understaffed you are.
Correct.
And all of your fucking problems, okay, unless it directly affects their fucking health, all right? So in other words, if I came in and that hostess was like, the place is on fire!
Oh, you gotta get out.
Totally. That right there, that is my business, okay? But, you know, in the event that it's understaffed, not my problem. Lock your doors, close shop up, and call it a day.
Well, or just be more courteous. You know, a simple way of that is, you know, hey, folks, great. You know, it's going to be about a 20-minute wait. Could we get you some water or something to drink while you wait? And just leave it at that.
Yeah, I would have been cool without even the water thing, although that would have been sweet.
Right.
You know, but, you know, nonetheless, you know, I'm so used to going to restaurants that are busy, and especially on a Saturday night. I know it's going to be busy. I'm going to at least wait like half hour to 45 minutes before I get a seat. And this is the beauty of nowadays. You just got your cell phone. You can sit there, play games, take pictures, you know, putz around, publish a book.
It's been done.
It's been done. It's been done. So yeah, you know, so that's just talking about, you know, reviews and just being, you know, descriptive. So if you're ever writing a review of something, just always be very mindful. If you're ever doing a low star, make sure you give a full explanation. The kind of reviews that fucking drive me insane, the 2-star ones that just kind of go, this was shit, or this was okay. I like it when it says it's okay and it says 2 or 1 star. I'm kind of like, okay is like 3-star. Okay is not 1-star or 2-star. That means that's an abortion.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, hey, it's going to happen. You know, Jobber puts it well, and you know you're going in the right direction when you see the bad guys coming out of the woodwork. So
absolutely, when you start getting haters, you made it.
You have definitely made it. So for sure. So, but at any rate, we got all these video things. We're going to be doing some KSA days.
Self-publishing,
self-publishing with Dale L. Roberts, and eventually we're going to be monetizing this towards. You guys ready for this? Let's give a drum roll. We're going to be monetizing Amazon Video Direct.
Yes.
And the big holdup was actually, Kevin, you can probably break this down. Talk about Amazon Video Direct, because I need my voice to rest for a second.
Part of the issue and stuff with that is you have to have a certain criteria for camera work, video options. It has to be shot in a certain DPI, dot per inch. You have to have a certain color quality for your covers. Gosh, what else was some of this stuff?
Do you remember the dimensions on the covers? Are they anything like book covers or different?
They're way different than a book cover.
Wow.
Yeah, way different. The sizing, the formatting, and all of this takes, I think, a little bit of software. Okay, that you're going to have to. The software is free. I looked it up. You can get it for free. So, you know, if you're looking to make movies, you can find all this stuff for free if you just do the research. You know, don't go to a store. They're going to sell you software. They're going to sell you a computer, right? But you can do it all for free. You know, as far as sizing that,
especially if you're trying to bootstrap things, guys. If you can't avoid making a purchase, and testing it out. I mean, I haven't been disappointed in GIMP yet. I've been more and more happy with GIMP, and I haven't had to pay a dime for that.
Yeah, you know, it's like Photoshop, but free. Actually,
essentially, yeah, and eventually I will actually monetize that knowledge. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And the video quality has to be a certain standard. You have to have closed captioning. Everything has to be on
closed captioning is huge.
So yeah. So all of that has to be in play, and honestly, it's a little bit of a learning curve. You're going to have to take a little bit of time to learn.
It's not as easy as self-publishing, right?
Absolutely not. Even though that was a learning curve for me, you know, just never doing it. But if you take your time, I don't really take my. If you want, you can take your time, or you can just do it like me. You just jump in the fucking deep end of the pool and, you know, paddle your way out. So yeah, whatever works best for you. That's always worked best for me. Is I'll go in and create a mess because I know there's a broom somewhere that I can always clean up, right?
Yeah.
As long as I'm not hurting anybody or myself, I don't care. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's go for it. No better time than the present. But yeah, this is a little different situation because I actually tried to upload one of our shows, and because of that didn't have the closed captioning, the video quality was a little wonky. I think because we were like running Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the size for the cover art. it said no. It was rejected.
That's kind of cool that they were able to get it. Now,
yeah.
How does that? Now, this is a common question I get when I run into people. How is it monetized through Amazon Video Direct? Is it similar to self-publishing?
A little bit, yeah. And a really cool part about it is if you're an Amazon Prime member, this is available to you within your Prime membership.
The videos that are presented on that platform.
Yeah. Not all videos. You can allow. There's 3 different ways of monetizing. You can put it into the Prime subscription base.
Yeah.
So if somebody watches it, you get a piece of the pie, right?
Okay.
From that. Or you can set your own. You can charge 99 cents to $20,000 to buy it, whatever the case is.
Damn, that's an expensive movie.
Absolutely, it's good shit. But people can buy it; it's theirs.
Yeah,
they've got a digital copy, so you can have it on your phone or whatever, and watch it whenever you want. 99 cents to again whatever. And then there was another one that is a subscription based.
So in other words, if I wanted to make it available, say through Amazon Video Direct,
yes,
somebody could order a membership to that.
Yeah, for like $20 a month, you can get Dale's self-publishing course or whatever.
It's very cool. So a lot of people, and hopefully everybody's kind of taking notes. If you are in the business of being a bootstrapper, Amazon Video Direct is kind of the way to go because you're not having to really pay any money to get a platform. So for instance, Self-Publishing University that Jason and I are doing, he actually pays a premium to get Kajabi, Kajabi, which is a stellar platform and it has many great things.
Price.
Yeah, it comes at a good price, man. It's worth it. I love the management that's within it. You can actually do an email list through there. You can do you can manage your email list. You can manage lead pages. You can do affiliates. So Kajabi's awesome. But if you're just really hard pressed and you're like, hey, I can't afford things like Kajabi or I can't afford things like ClickFunnels, things like that, something probably for you to want to consider is looking at, I don't know why I said ClickFunnels. I just kind of threw that one out there. But either way, yeah, not yet. Either way, you can use Amazon Video Direct as a way that, say, for instance, you have a service that you could be able to provide. So let's say, for instance, you have a certain knowledge set and you can probably get a premium. That Amazon Video Direct, and I would like to see that the two of us can probably eventually do that to that at some point.
Well, and the cool part about it is I thought beyond just the video series, because if you think about it, just this is a big picture, right? So if you write scripts for something, right? Have you ever read a book that was turned into a movie? So it's kind of like reading the script and you go watch the movie.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you have all of that, so you got your video, you got your book to it.
Yeah.
Because some people like to read the books versus watch the videos. So you can do this all the way around on just Amazon. So you got one platform. The account setup is free.
Mm-hmm.
The account setup for KDP is free. CreateSpace is free. Movie Direct is free. It's a free service, right? And and part of it too, with the Prime membership option, basically it's like a program. Okay, the more downloads you get, kind of like KDP, the more you're going to make from it. So so you're going to get a little bigger chunk of the Amazon subscription base. So whatever the total is for that month, you're going to get a little piece of that.
Yeah, stay tuned. So, we'll probably, I know
we'll very detailed.
We'll be breaking ground, I'm sure, by 2017. I'm looking at writing a full pilot for a sitcom, and I'll probably start to film. I'm going to see about, not only just get a group of us friends, but most likely what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to reach out into the Columbus community and see if I can actually get professional actors that'd be willing to come on and just, try at least a pilot out. Because, worst case scenario, if it, tanks, at least they have something that they can,
put on the resume.
Because, that's one of the things, Lloyd Kaufman, look this one up, guys. I would really, you look into Lloyd Kaufman. He actually is the founder of Troma Films. Troma was famous for such cult classics like Toxic Avenger or Surf Nazis Must Die. And a variety of other films that just, and actually quite a few of these films actually had a lot of actors and actresses that had started Troma and grew bigger. For instance, the guy that, he's got 3 names, black gentleman, the dude's ripped. He's in the Quentin Tarantino series. What's his name? Gosh, he was in the movie Spawn. It was really terrible. Jai Michael White, maybe.
Yeah.
Three names. Anybody who actually is maybe listening to this can probably look
You're
at
gonna
that.
know. Yeah.
Hang on a second. This is great. If you guys don't have the app for Google yet, you can go, okay, Google, who starred in the movie Spawn? Michael Jai White. I was close. I said Jai Michael White. Nope.
Jai Michael White.
Michael
Okay.
Jai White. That's who it was. But even he actually had started on one of the Troma films early on, and this is one of the things that she was leaned back. Lloyd Kaufman actually has put out a number of books, and I might actually go back and see about getting those. And Lloyd is infamous for being a spendthrift. So much so, actors would quit. Okay, would quit, and he would just fill them in. Didn't care. It's like, you're just gonna film this role, and he would still edit the film together seamlessly and
Produce it.
Yeah, it would just be like all of a sudden, midway through the movie, it's a different actor. And it's so funny. He would actually get, and see, the thing is, if you ever of these Troma films, they always had some form of nudity. Always had some form of nudity.
They had to have something.
So that was one of the things is Lloyd would always be straightforward with the women. Hey, you come and have women that would just storm out. Oh, how dare you? And he's just kind of like, look, at least I was honest with you. And you didn't, sign on and me tell you partway through.
Yeah.
You need to be comfortable with your breasts being out. Now, I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. That's what Lloyd did was. So that's eventually I want to tap into something like that. Not that I'm looking at having nudity on a sitcom style show, but I know for sure there's going to be profanity and things like that. But either way, I'm very excited about that, and you guys can stay tuned because going into 2017, you should hopefully see us breaking ground, and hopefully we'll get some video and some cameras set up to where it'll follow us through this process, and we'll start to upload it over to Bootstrap Businessmen.
Yeah.
You can see this process because I know this guy, the two of us actually started just spitballing ideas about this show, and a lot of fun. And the bottom line is we're thinking of in a business sense.
Yeah.
We've got this creative outlet, and our creativity. Why not put the two together and see if we could be able to make magic? So.
I think so. And that's the crazy part. If anybody goes back and looks where we started to where we are now, I mean, everything's been upgraded, right? And
locations too.
Locations also, which, I got to be honest with you, the upgrades, I'm going to say right now we've maybe got $200 into everything.
Yeah.
Roughly, give or take a couple dollars.
Yeah, you got the steamer recently. That thing cost $200, did it?
That doesn't count. That was a gift for you.
Steamer.
But here's the thing. Over the course of, here we are 10 months into it.
Yeah.
You break that down, it's $20 a month. So we've spent $20 a month into a business platform that honestly has spawned paperbacks and ebooks and audiobooks and translations.
How is translations on BabelCube going for you anyways? I haven't asked you about that.
Good. Actually, I just finished up 6 more. The 6 I was talking to, everything's published now.
No, I mean, as far as, and don't be afraid. Sometimes we don't like to reveal financial type information. Are you seeing anything? Millions
of pennies.
You're full of shit. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Well, see, I had a kid.
Millions of dongs.
Well,
that's what we're getting paid.
Millions of dongs. Yes.
Vietnamese currency, by the way, not dong.
Oh,
so
I thought you were talking about the other thing. Well, actually, someone actually has been following me on Self Publishing Daily, and he contacted me some time ago, actually before I switched formats, and wanted to know how Babel was going. And this was back in July. Okay, and I started and I broke ground, and here literally just get the paycheck, but I got my payout type deal. It's kind of held in escrow because here's the thing: if you don't break $10 in sales, this tells you where we're going. You don't break $10 in sales, they don't pay you. They'll hold on to it. They pay you through PayPal, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, I think I got a measly $3, but it was only for one title because I only had one title done in July. Now I'm up to 24. No, I think I told you 29 the other day.
Nice. Yeah.
I've added about 2 or 3 more because there's multiple. I've got German, Italian, French, Portuguese, Spanish. There's one other language. that pretty much covers it though. So German, French, Spanish,
Yeah.
Portuguese, Italian. So yeah, those 5 languages have been kind of the languages I've been kind of covering and have been going on the workout plan. The nice thing is it's growing my platform at an astronomical rate.
Yeah.
You go into Barnes and Noble, it says I have 50 books on print, but if you go search a little bit further, you'll see there's German, Italian, French, Portuguese, Spanish.
Yeah, because they and that's kind of the cool part. They do publish out to the, your main retailers.
Yeah.
Barnes and Noble. Amazon takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I don't know what the issue is there, but Apple and Barnes and Noble fire off really quick.
Yeah.
So they get those done really fast. Because Amazon takes, I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know if it's Babel Cubes working with them or if Amazon's just like, yeah, we got too much.
That was one of the things I was just very
I'm not
transparent about was they're slow. They're just so slow.
They're very slow. Here, the translators, you got to think about it too, man. Unless where your books are going to take off a lot quicker. If you're sitting in like the number 1, number 2 spots and your books are selling, translators are going to be a little more attracted to that because it's going to get their name out with that title, so they're going to make money. So if you have something that has never sold anything, I mean, it might work differently in a different language, but you're going to play hell trying to get a translator for it because they do look at how your book has been selling and they're like, I want to work with that guy. Okay?
Right.
It doesn't cost anything. The translation done for free, which typically on an average book, what I found is what we think, Dale, $250 to $500 depending on the translator.
Oh yeah. It's typically on a cheap end, you're going to look at about $0.01 per word. So if you've got a 10,000 word book, that's going to be about $100 for you to do your 10,000 word book, which we already kind of discussed how long a 10,000 word book is.
Yeah,
it's 25 pages.
It's a short read.
It's a short read. So if you got something a little longer, like 3 Keys to Greater Health and Happiness, that's right about 44,000 words.
Ooh, that's
it's thick. It's thick, and so that becomes a little bit more problematic. Now, my recommendation I told the young person was, don't do it. Here's my issue: is you spend time having to fix covers with the translation on it, and then if you're putting up the paperback, you also got to format the paperback just properly. So it's a time investment. Unfortunately, I've already kind of invested in, so I can't just
walk away
screw it, because there's already been a translator who's worked on it. So at this point, I'm not really accepting. I'm not putting other books onto the platform. I've got some that are already kind of in the queue, and so if somebody offers, I typically go, okay, go ahead. But for the most part, no more of the books are going to be put up. So you said real briefly was, it's more enticing. Here's the funny thing is, Stretch Workout Plan is a great example. So if you guys look up Plan de, I think as it is, pretty much the stretch plan is pretty much called, or the plan of stretching. Any rate, though, the Spanish version of that actually 0 sales.
Really?
0 fucking sales. And it's very, very disheartening to me because where this right now is currently in English in 5 different countries at this moment, a #1 bestseller.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's been my prize fighter. It used to be the Ultimate Home Workout, but now Stretch Workout Plan is it's on fire, and it's not showing any sign of dropping down soon. I'm super happy about it. It's not to say it so you guys can go and buy it. Please feel free to grab it if you want to, but just kind of sharing information that an English version is selling better in Mexico than the Spanish version.
The translated version. Yeah. To me, doesn't make any sense.
Now, I shouldn't say no copies. There's probably been like 1 or 2, but you have all these platforms just being distributed to, and I think it's just rather defeating. Now, here's the funny thing is I actually have a Western series. And you guys can feel free to look this one up. It's called The Cowboy and the Rancher's Daughter. And Cowboy and the Rancher's Daughter, it's a 5-part series, and I also did a compilation, which would be the 6th book. And it does really well in the other languages. Just fires off. When I originally put it out, it became a bestseller, okay, because I was starting to get a grasp on those things. It is since, I'm thinking like it's like 500,000 in the paid Kindle store.
Yeah.
But when I put it
It's like,
Okay,
what?
so like
Whoa.
everybody's just literally like probably tuning. What the fuck happened here?
Crazy.
Our shit crashed. So, well, I think I was bloviating anyways. Before this thing crashes on us again, and call it a night.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, close us out and tell people where they can help support the show.
Absolutely. Hey, jump over to shop.bootstrapbusinessmen.com. Tell you what it's going to do. It's going to take you to Amazon. So anytime you want to purchase anything or whatever, just save our link, and just jump in there.
Shop.bootstrapbusinessmen.com.
Yes, yeah. But hey, here's one thing I want to ask. If anybody's listening, anybody views this, please drop us a message, because if you have something that you've been thinking about, you just don't know how to do it, or how do you do something, whatever. If you got a specific topic, let us know.
Absolutely.
We would love to hear if there's something you want to hear about, because honestly, I'm pretty versed in a lot of things, and I know this guy is.
If I don't know it, I'll find out about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll bring you the info, and we can actually, point you to some different sites. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you go to shop.bootstrapbusinessmen.com and order from that, honestly, there's going to be a few pennies that get kicked back to us. And what that helps us do, folks, is buy the lighting, the backdrops, the cameras, energy drinks, whatever we need, for the show. So, we appreciate your support. We just continue to evolve and just, again, just thanks for the support, man. That's all I got.
All right.
See ya.
Yeah, Bootstrap Businessmen. Hey, guys, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.